Chiefs Kingdom, do you know everything you need to know about UDFA Nikko Remigio? If not, stick around, find out. It's time to get all chiefed up.
What is happening, Chiefs Kingdom? Welcome back to All Chiefed Up. If you're new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button if you love the Kansas City Chiefs. Mike, today we're going to be talking about 5'10", 190-pound wide receiver Nikko Remigio.
Hey, Nikko Remigio, I really like this kid. I told you, I think he's a dark horse. He's a dark horse to make this team, but I think it's going to have to be if we take 7 because of that fullback. You know, Andy might not take that fullback. So if we take 7, he's got a chance. If we take 6, it's getting a little slim, but I do think at minimum he's going to the practice squad, Steve.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the most intriguing UDFAs. We just did a video on Deneric Prince, who might be the most, but Nikko Remigio is close behind him. He offers you a lot. He's not the most athletic guy in the world, which we'll get to in a little bit, but he looks like it on tape. He has good tape, and he offers wide receiver abilities along with special teams abilities.
Right, so he was a 3-star recruit by ESPN, a 4-star recruit by 247 Sports. He went to Mater Dei High School in California. We'll let you watch one of these interviews in just a second. The dude sounds like a straight-up surfer guy.
He sounds like Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
All I need are some tasty waves, a cool buzz, and I'm fine.
He's straight up Spicoli. Hey, dude, all I need is some tasty waves and a buzz, and I'm fine, bro.
Well, Coach Rollo had prepared us all week, to come out fast, play hard. It's Trinity League, so it's super serious,
My dad's got the ultimate set of tools.
Relax, all right? My old man, he's a television repairman. Got this ultimate set of tools.
I can fix it.
Okay, so yeah, at Mater Dei, he looked good. He ended up getting offers from a lot of schools, Steve. I'm going to tell you a few of them. He got offers from Washington, Wisconsin, USC, UCLA, SEC coming knocking, Tennessee, Boston College, Oregon State, Nevada, Nebraska, Illinois, Howard, Hawaii, Colorado State, UConn, Arizona State, Arizona, but he chose California Golden Bears. A lot of people just think this kid went to Fresno. No, he actually committed to the Golden Bears on June 16th, 2017, and he played his first 4 years. He's a fifth-year senior coming out of Fresno, so he played 4 years with the California Golden Bears.
In high school at Mater Dei, Nikko Remigio started on varsity for 3 years, and in that he accumulated 111 catches for 1,695 yards and 19 touchdowns.
Yeah, in college, he started off not so hot. As a freshman, he only had 11 receptions for 62 yards, 0 touchdowns. But as a sophomore, 38 receptions, 513 yards, 3 touchdowns. In his junior year, he got hit by COVID, I think. He only had 10 receptions, 90 yards, and 2 TDs. His senior year, 38, 242, 2 touchdowns. And then he took his talents all the way to Fresno, Steve, to play his 5th year. And there he put up 69 receptions, 768 yards, and 5 touchdowns. But most importantly, he was a return specialist threat. He had several kickoff returns and punt returns for touchdowns.
Yeah, so Nico was a 5-year player in college, so that means he's going to be 24 here real soon. And he didn't get an invite to the Combine, Mike. How did he do at his pro day?
Yeah, at his pro day, he went ahead. He jumped a 36-inch vert. He had a 7.2-second 3-cone drill. He benched 19 times at the weight. I think it's 225. 4.33 shuttle, 121-inch broad jump, and he ran a 4.57 40. So it wasn't the most breathtaking numbers you ever seen, but he is productive. PFF actually had him graded in 2020 a 56.4 as a wide receiver, in 2021 a 62.7, and his last season 2022 at Fresno 77.4. So with that grade, this dude can flat out play a little bit. Like, he played 99% of his stuff in the slot there, Steve. So that's something that the Chiefs would primarily use him for. With his size-speed combination, he just cannot get out and play the edge a lot, so he's going to have to be a slot receiver.
Absolutely. Nico's athletic testing is not going to impress anybody. As you said, he's not jumping off the page at you when it comes to that. His RAS score was only a 4.89 out of 10. He was docked big time for his height and weight. He did do well on his bench, but then he just did mediocre at his vertical, his broad, his 40-yard dash, and his 10-yard split. And then he failed miserably at the 20-yard split, the shuttle, and the 3-cone. So if you just look at that, it doesn't tell the whole story because Nico actually offers you a lot, and he looks a lot better on the field than what you're seeing on these stats.
Right. Nico is more of a quick guy. He's not a fast guy. He's a guy that's going to be able to produce from the slot. He ran primarily 99% from the slot, going all the way back to high school. his time at Cal, his time at Fresno, he played out of the slot. He's going to primarily be a slot receiver. So he had a very good drop rate, only a 3.9% drop rate. He only had 3 drops his final year at Fresno, 16 missed tackles. So once he gets the ball, this kid can make you miss. He's good with the ball in his hands. He provides a lot of specialist ability. He actually was a 87-yard punt return versus UConn to kick off the season there with Fresno State, and he became the first player in Fresno State to be all Mountain Conference honors, wide receiver and specialist. So the kid can flat out offer you lots of things, and that's one thing that will get you to make a team, and it's something that we may really value knowing that we've lost a few guys like Marcus Kemp.
The fun fact about Remigio is he's a man of many talents. Obviously, everyone knows him as a Fresno State football player, but he has a lot of things that he's really good at. Mike, I'm going to throw out 3 facts about Remigio, and I want you to either take him up or take him down, and we're going to start at a 5, and we're going to see where he scores out.
Let's go. Let's go.
So Nico's mom, Jennifer, said that if it wasn't football, that she thought that an area that he could have really succeeded and became stronger in was music. She recalled that when Nico was in 7th grade, he picked up the guitar and learned to play and sing for a talent show. He's a multi-instrumentalist musician. She says he's a pretty good little singer, and we have fun with it. Just like his diverse background, he loves all music. Mike, Remigio the musician, how does that score?
I think it has to go up. I think from a 5, I'm going to put it at a 7, and this is why. That means he's very smart. He can pick up things easily. He'll be able to learn the playbook. I think if you're going to sing in front of people, you're going to put yourself out there and you're going to perform an art and be a performer. You're somebody that does not get stage fright. You're somebody that'll step up to the plate, somebody that will perform in the big games, and I like that about Nico. I'm going to put him at a 7 because of that.
So another thing, his dad started him playing chess at a very early age, and some people actually say he's a calculating chess champion, so he's picked up on it pretty good. Mike, what do you think about that one?
Again, that's huge. I'm going to put him at a 9. I'm going to give him 2 more points. If you're a chess player, you are thinking outside the box. You are thinking 5 moves ahead. You're doing all the small things. You're somebody that's going to learn quickly. You're somebody that's going to strategize. I myself am a chess player, Steve. You dabble in a little bit. It's not an easy game. It's pretty hard. And if you've got that much mental fortitude to be able to play that and get good at it, I'm going to put him at a 9.
And lastly, Nico was a multi-sport athlete. Over his life, he's been into football, baseball, soccer, basketball, rugby, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, surfing, snowboarding, track, and many other sports. And he excelled at most of them.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm only going to give him a half a point for that. A lot of athletes can do this. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be productive on the football field. But I will say, I think he's a 9.5 UDFA. I think he's got a chance of making this team, Steve. And the reason is because at our wide receiver group, we don't have many guys besides Richie James and maybe Justin Watson that I trust doing that punt return, kick return. We've seen what happened with Sky Moore. I don't want to put Kadarius Toney out there with his injury concerns and all that. I don't want to have those extra kind of snaps for him. Although he is productive, I'd rather see somebody else come in and do it, a younger guy. I think Nikko Remigio could probably provide that for us. It's going to be fun to watch him in camp, so I'm going to give him 9.5 overall as a UDFA grade.
That's a pretty good one, man. I actually had Deneric Prince a little lower than that, so right now, Remigio is in the lead of this game.
Hey, only because he was a Dallas Cowboy fan.
One thing that Nico struggled with growing up was he said he always felt like he was in a bit of an identity crisis. Nico is half Filipino, 1/4 African American, and 1/4 Caucasian. So he was trying to look into his background and everything. And right before COVID hit, his dad wanted him to get a good look of everything, a different perspective outside of his home in Orange County. So they went on a trip with his brothers to the Philippines. And then after that, here's what Nico had to say. He said, I think having to find ways to be confident in myself and not really seek anybody's approval to be confident and be who I am has impacted me. It's my makeup, it's my mold, it's the blueprint of who I am. And his dad is super proud of him for it. And he sounds like a good kid, man. So I'm really thinking he's a high character guy. If he can just get on that field, I think he could show people he could do some stuff.
Look, Nico is a good kid. You already said it. He's smart. He knows what to do. He's athletic enough. He's not going to impress you so much with all the athletic ability. He's not going to be a Dante Hall. He's not going to be that guy. He's not going to be a Tyreek Hill. I know this is what we all want to see happen in Kansas City, but it's just not him. However, he does have plays where he'll do 3 or 4 spin moves and take it to the house. He's very good after the catch. The kid's very smart. I just think he's a good kid. It's everything that Brett Veach and Andy Reid look for. He's going to dive into the playbook. He looked pretty good in the rookie camp. Let's be honest. He had maybe the play of the day up the sideline. And that in itself is one of his knocks, is that his size speed means he can't go out on the edge and make those plays, and yet he came to rookie camp, and that was the play of the camp, possibly at the wide receiver position. So he's making it known that he can go outside of his box. Don't just put him in it, and let him actually go out there and play football. And I think if he plays football, he's going to be good here, Steve. What do you think he's going to be with the Chiefs once it's all said and done here at camp time? Do you think he's got a good shot of making this roster or not?
I think Nico has his work cut out for him trying to make this roster, man. It's kind of a crowded wide receiver room, and then you still have people thinking the Chiefs might go after another veteran wide receiver before all is said and done here. So he's really going to have to show out to make it onto the roster. I kind of see Nico as being the practice squad guy. I think he will be somebody that sticks around, and maybe going forward in the future, he can show what he can do with special teams and things like that and work his way onto the 53-man.
I'm going to give Nico like a 50-50 shot of making this team. We've got a lot of receivers out there, and so 50-50 is pretty good. A lot of people say UDFA, 20% chance of making it. I'm going to go 50-50, and I'm going to tell you why. Jerry and Ely, we've already talked about him possibly making this because he is a little hybrid guy. He can play some H-back stuff. He can catch the ball. He can provide punt return, kick return ability. That's what Nico brings. So I feel like if they take a 7th wide receiver because of the fullback, we know Andy might not take a fullback. If there's a 7th wide receiver slot available, Nico could sneak in and take that one, because I'm telling you, Justin Ross and all these guys have yet to prove that they can line up and do this on the field. And Nico, if he stays healthy, that's going to work in his favor, and I think he's got a chance of making this roster.
All in all, I think Remigio is somebody that Chiefs Kingdom can be excited about. As a UDFA, he looks pretty exciting. He's got a lot of potential, so we'll see how that works out. If you're watching this and you love the channel and you haven't become a member yet, I suggest you do so. We're going to do our members-only live stream at the beginning of June, and we're going to be giving away a signed Derek Johnson jersey. So make sure that you're a member and you can get on there and have your shot at winning that. Also, if you like this video about Nikko Remigio, we did this on another UDFA, Deneric Prince, and you can watch that right now. Make sure to get in the comments, and thanks for subscribing and hitting that bell.
Aside from my soul.